let's see here. In Maricopa County, it's 40,719 new votes for Mark Kelly. And for Blake Masters, it is 32,318. Correct. Mark Kelly just gained votes with this update. This is a surprise. Mark Kelly gained votes with this update. And you see it statewide. Look at this. You remember we came on at the top of the hour here. We were talking about 115,000. He's now ahead by more than 120,000 in this race. So we just got a batch of a little bit less than 80,000 votes out of Maricopa County. And it includes those ballots. This is critical. It includes that batch, some of those ballots that were dropped off same day. It also, election officials indicated, included a small number of ballots that voters had been trying to cast on Election Day and that there were issues with. In other words, it includes what is supposed to be some of the most Republican-friendly, pro-Republican votes you're going to get. And in that batch, Mark Kelly won that batch of votes. He got 40,719. Blake Masters got 32,318. So that is not the kind of movement Republicans wanted to see. There are still more of those same-day drop-offs, but Republicans are, again, have been banking on this being what's going to cut that deficit. Instead, nearly 80,000 more votes just came in, and Mark Kelly has extended his lead statewide in this. Now let's take a look. And there it is.
There it is. We are now projecting that Mark Kelly is the projected winner in the Arizona Senate race. Mark Kelly being reelected to a 6-year term as Arizona's Democratic senator. Mark Kelly just making it into that projection right now with the return Steve Kornacki has just reported to you, where he picked up a gain of votes against Blake Masters in a batch of votes that were supposed to be stronger for the Republican candidate according to past patterns. But this is the year where past patterns don't tell us much about where we are now. We now have a tie in the United States Senate of 49 elected Democrats, 49 Republicans, and we have 2 Senate races left to be decided. In Nevada, we have the Senate race where they're still counting votes tonight, and on December 6th in the state of Georgia will be the final Senate race decided, where Senator Raphael Warnock is running for re-election against Herschel Walker. Attention will soon be turning now to Nevada, especially tonight with more numbers coming in there. Steve, describe how this final set of returns became the decisive set of returns.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Mark Kelly, the question here was, in a lot of people's minds, how much is Kelly going to be losing this new vote by? And if it was narrow, if he was losing it narrowly to Masters, you still would have said Kelly was in great shape to win the race, because Masters needed to win this type of vote by an overwhelming margin to make up the kind of deficit he was facing. So when you see that come in and Kelly not only isn't losing it by a small margin, he's actually winning it, it just becomes impossible for Masters to catch him. And the added significance of that, too, is I think now that calls into a little bit of question some of the assumptions that about some of the consensus or thinking that's been out there about what those same-day drop-off ballots are going to look like. Again, in 2020, heavily Republican. Donald Trump, with every update of that type of ballot, was making gains on Joe Biden. He ended up nearly winning. Trump did Arizona. The final deficit was 9,700 votes because he kept winning those updates of the same-day drop-off ballots. This is not what you just saw, is not what you were seeing in 2020. It's much closer to what you saw in 2018 when that type of ballot favored the Democrat. And that's critical because not only does that give Mark Kelly the victory in the Senate race, I think it now raises the question of whether Katie Hobbs in the governor's race might be able to hold on against Kari Lake. Because, again, Lake has been running so much closer than Masters, and Lake has been counting on that big batch of same-day drop-off votes in Maricopa County for her facing the kind of deficit she's facing, it wouldn't have to be overwhelmingly Republican to catch Hobbs. It would just have to be sort of Republican by a relatively small amount. The fact that that batch of votes you just saw broke Democratic by a pretty significant margin, I think creates the possibility that Katie Hobbs might be able to survive in this governor's race and might be able to keep this lead as the rest of those same-day ballots, same-day drop-off ballots is the key there, are counted. Her chances just increased with that first result. This race is nowhere near close to being called, but I think her chances increased with that. And again, in the Senate race, that's the win for Democrats. Look statewide what that does. He's up nearly 6 points now. Mark Kelly is statewide. And all attention now shifts. I'm looking at this. In 47 minutes or so, we are expecting 20,000 votes to be released from Washoe County. Could those be the 20,000 votes that put Democrat Catherine Cortez Masto in front of Adam Laxalt for good in that Senate race? That is a distinct possibility. And if she does end up winning that Senate race, as we say, that is Senate control for Democrats.
Steve, quickly on the governor's race, how did that new batch of voters split on the governor's race in Arizona? What does it tell us?
Yeah. Similarly, I don't have the exact number for you. Similarly, because you can see, let's go back down here. No, I'm going to turn this off to do that. Let's go back down to Arizona and show you the governor's race. That what you can see is that Hobbs increased her margin. Remember, that was inside of 30,000 when we were looking at it. So again, they broke Democratic. She's been running, as you can see, a couple points behind the pace that's set by Kelly. But what's critical for Hobbs there is rather than her lead statewide over Lake coming down, it went up. And so that indicates, again, she won more of those votes that were just released out of Maricopa County than Lake did. And Lake is counting on carrying that final batch of votes in Maricopa County. And again, I said, based on the assumption, based on what happened in 2020, there's been some reason to suspect that maybe this would be a Republican-flavored vote. Our first look at a real sizable chunk of it has Katie Hobbs actually gaining and building a lead on Kari Lake. So I have the possibility now of the rest of that same-day drop-off vote not denting this lead or not costing Katie Hobbs the lead. I think that possibility now exists.